Moin moin liebe Monkeys und willkommen zu einem neuen Video und diesmal eine besondere Ausgabe. Wichtig, wir werden gleich in Englisch wechseln. Wir haben hier Ulrik On Hands.
Hey.
Very nice to meet you. It was a pleasure. Ulrik, you're coming from Sweden, right? From Malmö?
No.
Originally?
From Oslo.
From Oslo?
Norway.
All right, so Norway.
Norway.
I'm completely off my mind right now because that's
okay.
totally different, but all right.
Yep.
So you're from Oslo and you're a hand balancer for 6 years now.
I started to train handstand for 6 years ago.
Right.
That was basic. I couldn't do anything. So that's when I started to kick up and fail and discovered I need to use the wall and like from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're famous under the Instagram handle Ulrik On Hands.
Famous, yeah.
Famous, so called.
Mm.
And you're just crazy with you're practicing on canes, you're practicing on the floor and doing all sorts of different shapes on one-arm handstands.
Yeah.
I'm firmly with the two-arm handstand, kind of.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to do the one-arm.
Okay.
For like, I am practicing off and on for half or 1 year, not very straight focus. But so you're so good at it. I think I can learn so much from you. And
Hope so.
likewise, René is on here as well. Mein guter Freund René übt auch schon sehr, sehr lange, das weiß ich. And he's learned from you as well,
Yeah.
pretty much. We both will just do everything you say to us. You will just guide us through. What shall we focus on first when we're just trying to think about the one-arm handstand?
First of all, you said that you've been on and off.
Uh-huh.
You won't get it that way. If you're getting off, it won't happen. It doesn't matter how long it will take, it won't happen.
All right.
You need to be on for a long time.
On means like every day or
It
other
means that
rest?
you'll find a program and a system and stick to it. You don't
All
not
right.
train for random reasons. You stick to the progression that you need to work on.
Okay.
If you're off for more than a week, it's not the way it works. Because
Yes.
this is a very technical skill. It's very difficult. A lot of the other circus stuff, you can get away with being on and off. But with the
Okay.
hand balance, you can't. Because it's so specific. It's so difficult. One-arm handstand is 15 to 20 times more difficult than two-arm handstand.
Ooh, all right. So
Sweet.
that's a nice number right there to get some perspective on that.
Yes.
Great.
So if you struggle with two-arm handstand and it's not very consistent, you can forget a bit about one-arm handstand for a while. So we're going to start with testing your basics and see how you handle two-arm handstand.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can just throw us into the first basic.
Yep.
Just get us through. We both try to
Yeah,
get
let's do
our
it.
best shapes.
Ditch the shoes. Start with some warm-up. with
All right,
the
yeah, perfect.
wrists.
Let's do some warm-up.
So when you're spending so much time on your wrists every day, they will take a beating. So it's very
Absolutely.
important to take care of them. There are usually wrists and shoulders that are taking a lot of the beating in a handstand. So if you fuck them up, you won't be able to do handstands. So
Sure.
we always start with just spending some time on our wrists. Not full body weight, but just maybe 50-60% of your body weight. Just to get them warm.
Yeah, that's what I really focus on, like with my mobility stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Good.
And that's also the first thing when someone comes to me and he's not or can't do a two-arm handstand and wants to learn that. I can fairly teach them that, but the one-arm handstand, not even think about it. But as you said, I have to do it more consistently,
Yeah.
like I always say with the mobility as well. People talking about flexibility and stuff and want to get more mobile, but they're practicing.
is key.
Consistency is key, absolutely. Like they're practicing mobility just as a warm-up 10 minutes, like 3 times a week. But sitting is maybe 90% of their daily movement. And so they won't get much out of it if they are just doing it 3 times a week, right?
Yeah. And it's different between health and sport. We are doing sport. We don't do this for health. So for health, we can get away with much less and be
Perfect.
smarter about it. But since this is so sport-oriented, need to do it a lot more.
Yeah, you said something nice yesterday as we talked. Like you are doing handstands not for the health aspect. Like you're doing handstands because it's fucking awesome.
Yes, correct. And sometimes it's not healthy because you will push your joints. Sometimes it gets painful because you go through so much volume that sometimes the shoulders get fucked. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. If I don't know any handbalancers at a high level who haven't had pain here and there and really difficult times. Okay, now we're going to do a shoulder warm-up to make you understand the basic shoulder position. The basic shoulder position is here. So to think about, it's closing this, pushing this up, and externally rotate the shoulder. So to warm that up, I'm going to go here, externally rotate, pull ribs in, and here. So here, and also elevate your shoulders while they're while they are externally rotated. So more Now go on your fingertips, just to make it more intense. Elevate. Yes.
Feeling my lads right there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, pull your head up. Your shoulders going to be like here. And also elevate. There you go, while they are externally rotated. There. And relax a bit. Come down from it. That's the kind of same effort that you should be doing on two arms. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're going to make it a bit more intense.
That's very interesting that you said, like to protract right there, or to flex in the thoracic.
Yes, and it's coming from thoracic, and shoulders. So for the straight shape, it's a thoracic spine, but also shoulder mobility here. So this kind of is a good mobility warm-up, also for you to understand what effort you should be doing in the handstand. So now we're going to make it a lot more difficult because we're going to have your hands further that way, and also we're going to spend time leaning all the weight over to one side without letting anything happen. So it will look like this, here, and now all my weight is on the left. Without letting this happen.
Oh, nice.
This is kind of the same thing that's going to happen when you're shifting weight to a one-arm handstand.
So no lateral flexion, no like ab or adduction.
Everything should stay the exact same. You shouldn't even be able to see that you're putting the weight on one arm.
So it comes more from the hips or
shoulder. Your ability to keep this tight regardless of how you shift your weight. But this is just kind of a warm-up to get a feel for intensity.
Absolutely. Not overthink it.
Exactly.
Okay.
so start now with two arms and then hold on one side for 10 seconds. Here, externally rotate, boom, and then 10 seconds on one arm. Look at your hands. Look at your hands. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Up on the fingers. There. And now make the effort to put all the weight on one arm. 10 seconds. While you externally rotate. Yes, good. Nice. Nice.
And then shift, right?
Yeah. And then you can come down from it.
Oh, man.
This is a good warm-up for shoulder mobility.
This is a hard drill.
Yeah. Most people think it's a hard drill. It's a good way to make everything here.
You feel the burn.
Yeah. And now
My serratus is cramping on the right side, man. Feel it.
And now we're going to do the handstand. Since you are not beginners, we're going to just start in a straight handstand. Okay. When you are there, you're going to think about the same effort that you did right now with the shoulders. So think about externally rotating, elevating, and pulling ribs in like this. So just do a straight arm handstand now as a warm-up. Hold it for maybe 30 seconds and come down.
Okay.
And think about the cues that we've been through now.
So I benched yesterday. I think it was a bad idea.
Okay, yeah. Hey, it's good. Good line. Make sure that your weights are here, so don't use your fingers too much. Extend your hip. Yes, there you go. And come down.
The hip extension part
Yeah. Okay, let's check Renee first.
very interesting because I always thought about like hollow body position.
Yeah. As you can see, he's a bit more arched here.
Yep.
That comes from here. So the reason why he's arching, he's bending his hip a bit, is because his shoulders is a bit forward here, which makes him compensate there. And one angle needs another angle to stay at the center. So that's why it looks different from you to him, because you are a bit tighter in your shoulders. So you are here a bit.
Yeah, because he's a strong calisthenics guy,
Yeah.
man. Look at his boobs.
But you were able to fix it
Yep.
just from thinking about the hip, because your shoulders are a bit more mobile.
And motor control. Like this is also like when I teach mobility, right? To be able to move one joint separated from another.
Yes, but if René were to do the same thing that you did, he would fall. Because you don't have the mobility in the shoulder.
Nice.
You had, that's why you could fix it. Because you had the mobility in the shoulder.
Otherwise, I
so
was
you're
lost
able to do it.
balance. Yeah.
So now you just need to remember that when you're doing a handstand, do this. So you go all the way, then you're straight.
Nice.
Okay, for the next one, you're going to do a tuck. So starting straight as you were, and then push high up in the trapezius while you pull your legs down here. Think about push and also pull. Don't let gravity pull your knee down. You should pull it down while the weight is here.
Okay. So starting from the
Straight.
straight one and
And
pull
hold
it
for
down.
10 seconds and come up again.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Good, good. Push from here, push from here. Yes, there we go. And up. All the way, you can do it. Extend your hip, push up. There you go. And come down. Yes, nice. And come down. Okay, did you feel the difference between when you started, your shoulder was shifting in front of your hands?
Absolutely.
And your weight traveled here.
Yep.
You need to maintain the weight here because this engages your upper trapezius. When it's falling towards the
Interesting.
fingertips, it will be delts.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and
Nice difference.
You don't get away with that in a one-arm handstand. If you're finger heavy, you will fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are not so strong, right? If I build the connection from the whole hand.
Your center of balance on one arm should be here. If it travels over here, you fall.
It's absolutely like standing, right? You're not standing on the tip of your toes all the time.
Yep.
Because your hips will shift forward and you're leaning back and you're doing like
Yeah.
running like that.
But the thing is, it's much easier for us to fuck up when we stand. You can't fuck up when you're standing on one arm.
Absolutely.
That's why we need to be really address those details.
Nice.
For the next, we're going to do some leg coordinations. So now we start in a straight, then go straddle, diamond, tuck, diamond, straddle, straight.
Okay.
That should be very easy for you, because and when you're doing the shapes, you're also learning the balance point between the shapes. So it's a very good idea, and you will need to react faster.
Okay, perfect.
Wait here, push.
Handstands the last day, so.
Yep. Knees down, knees down, knees down. There you go. Yes. Diamond. Straddle. straight.
Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah.
I wanted to push it,
Yeah.
but yeah, was too tired.
The clue is that everything here should be locked the whole time. So when you're moving legs around, nothing should happen in your shoulders. Shoulders and hands, everything should be stand still. Yeah, that's a clue. So when you're traveling to over here, you will wobble and stuff like that. So
Felt it.
stay here no matter what your legs are doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
So how would you like rate my basics? What should I focus on more?
We have seen this only 1 or 2 times, so it's a
Absolutely.
bit easier.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I would say that you need more basic work before it's very relevant to go on to one arm.
Yeah,
This should be you could be doing this in your sleep.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, next you can see how we are doing with the press. How are you with press work?
It's all right. Like I said yesterday, the shoulder press just from the negative.
Yeah,
From the floor,
yeah.
only with the straddle. Like
Okay.
my legs are too heavy for. No, I don't have practice it like the compression strength and leaning component to do a full closed leg straddle up. Pike.
Okay. The reason why press is important is because when you're doing a one-arm handstand, you can fold this way and this way.
Yeah.
The pressing will help you so you can adjust this way. So it makes it a lot easier when you're strong there.
Nice. And the component to the side, with
Yep.
well, what the focus is there to get a better sense of that, like the leaning part, or
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Okay.
We start with the press first.
okay.
So show me a normal straddle press from standing. Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
On the next attempt, try not to lean your shoulders that much over. Because right now, you are going here and pressing like that. It's not bad, but if you want to progress, try to push higher up instead of leaning so much over. So it will be more here instead of going here.
Ah, all right.
And get your weight here, not here. Try to think how you would press if you didn't have fingers.
Ha! I like the idea.
Yeah?
So no fingers.
Yeah. Yes. Boom. Yes, that's much better.
Ah!
It's okay.
My legs. I feel like the first time
Yeah.
I was practicing
Yeah.
the press.
I know the feeling.
It's totally different.
For the next one, we're going to start in a handstand and then do a slow straddle. Negative. So much before the ground, legs together, and then press up. While you keep weights here and trying to pull your legs down.
Okay, starting from the
Yes.
normal handstand.
But you can take a breath.
Okay. Then tell me how long. I get this question a lot concerning the normal handstand, the two-arm handstand.
Yep.
I know from my own experience, you can't say it like, you can't box it like
No, we can't.
that. How long took it to da-da-da? But for how long have you practiced the one arm?
How long I have practiced on
Yeah.
arm? I think first time I had 5 seconds with good form was about 3 years ago.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a friend of mine and me, greets to Manolo, we did a challenge.
Yeah.
And we said, all right, till summer, I get 5 seconds, one arm handstand. You could imagine how long it took us, and we didn't get it.
The challenge is until summer, we're going to train one arm handstand 5 times every week.
Yeah, that's
The
better.
first one who fucks up is out. Okay, try now.
That's good.
Try a press from handstand. So start in the handstand, go boom, boom. It's
I
good
needed
until-
my fingers.
Yeah, it's good until a certain point, and then your shoulders are falling forward.
Absolutely,
So
I
I
felt
would
it.
work presses here. So I would work from the top and try to feel that the shoulders is going and fix it. So really work on that sticky point where you're falling forward in the shoulders.
And how much of that is the high compression
Nothing.
things component?
Nothing.
It's all the shoulders.
You can relax your abs, it doesn't matter. Everything is thoracic spine and shoulders up here. It's the ability to keep this tight regardless of where your legs are.
That's very interesting.
So I can do it now with relaxing my abs.
Kein Leanen, kein bisschen, no leaning whatsoever.
Yeah, because everything is coming from here and the upper trapezius neck stabilizes the shoulders so they don't need to plunge.
And the perfect thing is that you take all of my arguments against it, or all of my excuses, right? Thanks, because you're a tall guy, and your legs are out of here, and me saying like, "Well, I have heavy legs, but I'm so much shorter.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have any excuses." So,
Work hard. Now we're going to start with the leg shifts.
okay.
We're first going to start with a side bend. So we're going to bend one leg and then pull the other side down. I'll show you.
Ooh.
So the idea, a lot of lecture on this. The idea now is to keep everything stacked in the shoulders while pulling your leg down. So even though all your weight is going to travel towards your right side, don't allow yourself to do something like this. Boom.
Like we practiced before, right?
Yes.
In the
Same thing
mobility
like that.
exercise.
Super tight, boom, everything is going to happen here.
Okay.
Yes, good.
When you're ready, ease up. 1, 2, just up, out, ready, yeah. Faster, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. Awesome.
Yes, good. Nice.
All right.
Did you feel that the weight went to one arm?
Yes.
Yes, and it was heavy as fuck.
Yes.
Awesome.
I feel it like you can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Now we're getting a feeling of the weight shift. And this is a very good way to strengthen the shoulders that's relevant to a one-arm handstand.
Nice.
So if I were you, I would work side bends so your leg is touching the floor without anything funky happening in the shoulder.
I saw that from Odelia.
Yeah.
Like from,
Yeah.
she's doing
Yeah.
on reps.
You're going to do one more now? where you really focus on pushing super hard in the shoulder that you're leaning towards. So the further down you come, the harder you need to push, but also we need to think about pulling the leg down. So you're actively doing this. Boom and yes.
Like my obliques.
Yes, the whole side, yes. And make sure that you don't start to lean with your shoulders.
Okay.
Flagging, yes.
Flagging. Okay. Thinking about the flag.
And you should feel that all the weight is going to one arm and the other arm is starting to get light.
Ah, okay. Like we practiced. Perfect. Woo! Come on. Come on.
Yes, pull the leg down.
Ah.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, good on that. Yes, come on, push, 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 push. Up, yeah, nice. Push, 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 push. Yeah, nice.
That was only the negative one.
This should be a holiday. It's good. It was good.
Okay.
You get a really good sense of the fight that you need to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. The connection between. That's a funny thing. I'm doing all sorts of stuff like calisthenics, mobility for sure, weightlifting, sometimes fighting stuff.
Yeah.
And the problem is always the same thing, like pushing it up, externally rotating, and getting a stable core right there.
Yeah.
I feel that this exercise closes all the gaps that I'm working on right there. For example, if I'm doing a snatch, I also have to externally rotate, getting over that position and keeping the core tight because I don't want to overextend. It's the same thing. I like the connection right there.
Cool. Nice.
Perfect.
Now we're going to do a finger support. So we're first going to a straddle, then you're going to do kind of the same leaning that you did now, but instead of going the leg down, you're going to get the shoulder high up.
Okay.
So lean a bit over, and then from here, push high up in the shoulder on the working arm, and bend the other arm so it goes here. So on the support arm, you're going to keep the shoulder elevated and relaxed while you're here. I will show you how it looks.
Yeah, I want to ask for that. Wie er einfach korrigiert, ne? So, und schon ist er gesammelt und sieht diese Linie, that lean.
Der Supportarm, und wenn du jetzt beugst oder
Now I fucked up a bit.
musst dann immer noch pushen im Prinzip.
Alright. So, really set?
Yep.
So, you haven't fucked up in any way, it was impressive.
No, I fucked up. That's fine.
I know how you feel. Because René said to me, like, I also have to push the other arm or the leaning arm.
Your arm is leaving for one arm, you're always thinking of, okay, you're pushing the shoulder or you're elevating.
Oh, alright.
Okay,
Yep.
then the shoulder sank, and I yelled push, then you pushed. You need to keep it so intense that you did when I said push. Every time I said push, your position got better.
Yep.
Before,
I felt it.
it was about to collapse. But you managed to get the right position. But you need to remember how intense it should be. It's not. It won't feel light now. It shouldn't feel light now. Now you need to think about pushing like a motherfucker.
Okay.
And keep that intensity there. Because this needs to be strong. When you're falling a bit like this, you will fall very soon.
And it gets unstable. Right? All the connection we wanted to build before.
Yes. So for the stage you are in now, you don't need to think that much about feeling the balance. You need to think about pushing, 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 pushing,
Okay.
and fighting. Make sure that the weight is here. Your form was good when you thought about pushing. When you didn't think about it, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's humbling.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like the progression towards it.
Yeah.
It's so much different than my practice had before.
Okay.
Yeah, because I hadn't thought about it or hadn't thought through it.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it before as well.
Yeah.
That One Arm Handstand, there's so much more to it than just leaning to one side and getting the arm out.
It is.
Right?
And for the beginners, it will feel like a strength move. And when you condition the push, when the push is strong enough, you can feel more about the balance with time.
Nice.
So where I am at, I don't think that much about the pushing hard because I'm so good conditioned with the push.
Yeah.
So for me, I can think more about feeling how it should balance.
Nice.
But where you are now, you need to get strong like a beast here.
Great.
One more time.
Don't think about it. All right.
Push from here.
Free up my legs. Up.
Push up. More up. There you go. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Yes, come on, come on. And back. Yes, there you go. Push up. Boom. Yes, push, 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 push. Push. And back. Yes, good one. Up. Nice. That's the face you should make.
All right.
If you don't have a spotter, you could use the wall as a spotter.
Okay.
The way you do that is climbing up the wall with your stomach against it.
Okay, like a wall walk.
Yes. And when you are in straddle, your feet should be this far from the wall. That makes it, if you rotate, you will get help from the wall. If it's good, you won't get help from the wall. And then you can focus on what's happening here again.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I felt the push on the right side.
Yeah.
I felt that I was pushing hard from here, and then I imagined that it showed
Yes,
me
good.
from the thumb,
Yeah.
and it makes so much sense because if I'm also the connection to weightlifting, if I'm weightlifting without my thumb around the bar,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
much harder. Or if I won't do it like that.
Okay.
I need the thumb to be stable and to stabilize that. And I'm also pushing the weight from here above my head.
I see.
So yeah,
I know
I
nothing
like
about
it.
weightlifting.
No, but I like that.
Yeah.
That's how I think about the things
Yeah.
and how I remember that.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're doing a one-arm handstand, if your weight travels here, you will fall very soon. So you should always fight to get it back here. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, you need to do this a lot.
Perfect. I will
There's
practice.
also some other drills that you can supplement with,
Yep.
as walking blocks, up and down, and also sideways. But this is a good basic start. So I think that's it for today.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, well, I feel it that I trained yesterday and now that. But I will play around it a little. Also with the mobility exercise, I like the connection to that. So thanks again, Ulrik,
Sure thing.
for that awesome introduction.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about the handstands, you're now traveling here to Vienna, right?
Yep.
To give workshops with Renee.
Yep.
And so when does that start and where can the people learn more about that?
I'm moving to Vienna 1st of August, and I will stay here forever.
Nice.
And then I'll be doing one-on-ones and groups and workshops. We don't know where, and we haven't made kind of a thing of it yet.
We will work on that to find a proper location, and yeah,
Perfect.
but things will happen.
Thanks for
But you can contact me via Instagram or email.
Perfect. I will link that in the description. And yeah, well, thanks again. It was a pleasure.
Yes, it was.
I will learn and I will practice.
Yes, you will.
Where shall we do a
Yep.
challenge for the next year?
Yes.
Practicing like a minimum of 3 to 4 times a
No,
week.
no. 4 to 6 times per week.
All right. All right, 4 to 6 times per week.
Yes.
I will take you in my story.
If you do that correctly, you will have a handstand within the next summer, a one-arm handstand. If you don't, not much will happen.
That's humbling, and I like that. Yeah, training is to think about movement, and that was training.
Yes.
So thanks again.
I'm looking
And-
forward to see a one-arm.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
You keep me accountable.
Will do.
As I always say, to end the video, keep moving, stay sexy. Bye, Leo.